Alright guys, let's get right into it. So before 2024 started, I knew that my goal of the year was to grow as a filmmaker and as a cinematographer. So I wrote down a list of everything that I felt like I needed in order to grow. And then what I did was I looked at that list and I separated it between actual needs and wants. So this video is an aftermath of that, and in this video I will be going over everything that I purchased this year in order to help me grow as a filmmaker and as a cinematographer. We will be covering lighting, we'll be covering audio, we'll be covering gear like lenses and everything like that, and we'll also be covering education. Alright, now you already know what time it is. If you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe to your boy and show some love. But let's get right into the video. Alright, now before I dive into the list of gear and all the things that I bought this year, I just want to talk about the power of being intentional. I feel like it's so easy to get wrapped up in all the gear that's out here, especially in this point, in this time in filmmaking. There's so many gear that's just come, so many creative and dope concepts that's coming to the filmmaking space, and I feel like with that it's easy to get lost in that, and I felt like I was getting lost in that. I was buying new gear, but I wasn't growing and getting better as a filmmaker, as a storyteller, and as a cinematographer. So I decided that enough was enough, and I decided to not only write down everything that I felt like I needed and wanted, but separate that between needs and want, and then went out, hustled, did what I had to do in order to get almost everything that was on my list. So with that being said, let's hop right into it. So let's talk about the easiest thing on the list, which is my lenses. So the first lens I want to talk to you guys about, and of course I'm not going very deep into detail about all of these, everything that I purchased, just because I'm going to be doing reviews on all of this on my YouTube channel, and I also have done reviews on all of this stuff already. So all of these lenses that I'm going to talk to you guys about, I have reviewed, except for one that I'm going to talk about at the end. But for the most part, I've reviewed all of these lenses, so you guys can go back on my channel and check it out if you want a more in-depth review. But the first lens I want to talk to you guys about is the Sigma 28-45. Man, I'm gonna be quick and honest and just say that this is my favorite lens of the year, and it's probably my favorite Sony lens that I've ever owned. All right, this lens is it's sharp, it's amazing, it's versatile. The reason why I love it so much is because I came from Black Magic, and the first lens that I fell in love with was the Sigma 18-35, and this is pretty much the Sigma 18-35 for the Sony lenses for full frame, and I absolutely love it. The one thing I was scared about before buying this lens was the weight, the size. I felt like it was going to be too big, too heavy, but honestly I feel like it's because of how the weight is distributed. It's not heavy at all. It feels amazing, it feels perfect, and man, I'm telling y'all, this is my favorite lens. I promise y'all, it's my favorite lens. It's the most versatile in my whole kit. I love it. I know the focal lengths are a little bit weird and some people might complain about that, but I embrace the focal lengths and I get a lot out of it, so I love it. The second lens I want to talk to you guys about is the Tamron 70-180. So I also did a review about this lens. If you guys want to, know more about it in a more in-depth if you guys want to know more about this lens in a more in-depth manner, just go ahead and check out my lens review on it. But this lens is wonderful, it's perfect. It gives me the flexibility that I need when I'm shooting events, different things like that, in order to zoom far and to capture different things. But then also I love the fact that it has a very close focusing distance, so I can get macro like shots out of this lens, and it's very, very versatile. The next lens that I really love is the lens that I'm actually using right now, so you guys can see the quality. It is the Sony 20mm 1.8G, not GM, and it is amazing, right? For the price, it is absolutely amazing. It gives amazing quality, and honestly, if it wasn't for the Sigma 28-45, this would probably be my favorite lens of the year. This would be lens of the year for me. I wasn't expecting to love this lens as much as I do and to use it as much as I do. It's so light, it's so small. I can take this so many places. If I'm shooting a YouTube video, it's probably on this lens. If I'm getting content, it's probably on this lens. If I need a nice wide shot, I can get it with this lens. If I'm shooting an event in low light, people are dancing, I want to get people on the dance floor, and I want to be able to see a lot, this lens is perfect for that. This lens is absolutely amazing. The reason why I decided to sell all my lenses and just revamp and invest in like my 3 holy trinity lens set for me is because these are my photography lenses. So I usually take these out on all of my event shoots, my weddings, even documentaries and commercials. I shoot all of that with it. But my goal for this is to be able to walk into any setting, any situation, and know that I'm good. But also, it's not for me to overspend on lenses like this, because where I see myself spending the most money is cinema lenses, right? So my goal for 2025 is to invest in my cinema lens set that I'm gonna use on a lot of my creative stuff, a lot of my documentary and personal stuff, and then for a lot of, like, you know, if you want a clean clinical look, I can pop these photography lenses out and they do a good job. So that was my intent, that was my thought process when I was looking for which lenses to invest in, and these lenses cover me in probably 98% of and it covers pretty much everything that I could walk into any situation and know I'm good. I can shoot in low light, I can shoot if there's tight spaces, if I need to zoom in, I can zoom. It gives me a lot of flexibility, so that's why I love this lens. And then I also invested in the SLR Magic Lenses. So I have a dual lens set. I have a 25mm and a 50mm. So the reason why I got the SLR Magic Lenses wasn't because I felt like they were the best cinema or budget cinema lenses out there, but it was really because I just wanted to get a feel for cinema lenses. I wanted to see if I liked the process of just like manual focusing and all of that. And mind you, I come from black magic, so not having any autofocus is not a problem for me at all. I actually prefer to manual focus with cinema lenses. It's just a different feel. Like, it's kind of like, it's a different feel. It's like people that drive cars, for real, they probably love stick shift versus automatic. It's like that. Like, it just gives you a different feel. You have way more control. But I wanted to get used to cinema lenses, so I decided to go with the SLR Magic. One, because I liked the creative look it gave. So I really did like the look that it gave, and I just wanted to practice. And I've actually been able to get some amazing footage with this. I'll probably drop some footage down below that I've gotten with the SLR Magic. I'll probably drop some footage throughout this video. But if you're looking for something very cheap and very budget, but also has good quality, something you could play with, get better when it comes to, like, you know, rack and focus and all of that with cinema lenses, you can definitely invest in the SLR Magic, and it'll take you a long way. But moving forward, I am looking to now invest in some higher quality cinema lenses. So if you guys, all my people out there that already have cinema lenses, you already have amazing lenses that you love, please make sure you drop some down inside of the comment section below, just so I can look into them and see if it'll be a right fit for me. Okay, and when it comes to cinematography, one of the most important things is lighting. So I took the time to invest in a new light this year, and the light that I got was the GMV 650B Pro light. And I know when we think about GMV, the first thing we think about is like low budget, poor quality light, which is what I was thinking when I first saw GMV. But I decided to give it a chance, just because I love the build quality. I loved everything that they put into it, the fact that it was bi-color, the fact that it was 650, and also the most important part, I love the price. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like this light gives you so much bang for your buck, and after using it for a few months, guys, I promise you, this is not what you're thinking. Like, this is not what I was thinking. Like, this, it feels like quality. It feels so much so like quality. It's very, very heavy, and because of that, I don't take it on every single shoot. For some of the shoots that require me to travel, or some of the shoots that you know, doesn't require strong big lights like this, I'll probably bring lighter lights just because of how big and heavy this is. But this light just gives me so much flexibility. It gives me the ability to maybe shoot this outside of a window and emulate the sun, or if I'm shooting a documentary and windows are in the background and now I gotta try to overpower the sun, this gives me the ability to do that. So I promise y'all, I do not regret this purchase. And for the price, this is an amazing light. And no, I'm not done with lighting. There's still other things that I believe I need and other things that I want to add to my lighting kit. But this was just the light that I bought this year. So I just wanted to shout that out for you guys and just let you guys know, if you're in the market for a very, very strong light and you don't want to spend too much, I believe I got this for around $1,000 or like $800, between $800 to $1,000. And trust me, it's worth every single penny. It's worth it. if you need something that is more budget friendly but still high quality, get this. You can attach V-mounts batteries to it, so now you can do interviews outside and all of that. It's literally amazing. I have no complaints. Okay, and since we just talked about lighting, the next thing that I invested into was audio, right? So the one audio thing that I got this year was finally taking the time to invest in a high quality shotgun mic. Now this isn't the highest quality, but I ended up getting the Sennheiser MKE 600, which is the shotgun mic that I'm using right now, so you could kind of hear the audio. And listen, the audio is amazing. I use this on top of my camera just to capture like the ambiance, the audio that's going on when I'm filming like commercials and stuff like that, or weddings and everything. But I also use it as a boom mic when I'm doing documentary interviews. It's so versatile. It adds so much to your creative process. Guys, if you want to know the fastest way to improve and get better image quality, it will be within the lighting and the audio. I promise you guys, if you guys master lighting and audio, I'm not saying you need to be the greatest lighting expert or the greatest cinematographer out there or an audio technician, but if you guys take the time to invest in better lights and better audio, that's the one thing that like you invest into, and you don't really have to invest into more of it like as quickly as you would like a camera or a lens. I mean, not even a lens, a camera, a body, and all that stuff. Like if you want something that's gonna last, like investing in high quality audio and high quality lights, they typically last filmmakers a very, very long time. You get what I'm saying? So, yep, this is my shotgun mic. Testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2. And then another thing that I took the time to invest into was taking the time to invest into a 7-inch monitor. So I ended up getting the Gimbal M7, I believe that's the name. You can get it for probably around $300 to $350. I'm guesstimating right here because I don't remember exactly how much it costs, but it was very, very budget friendly. And for the price, I got a lot of bang for my buck. You are able to get a lot. You're able to get false color. The image is wonderful. You're able to put LUTs on it. It's really, really good. So for the price, it is amazing. Now I will be transparent. In 2025, I will be getting another monitor. I'm going to be getting a Blackmagic monitor, but it's not because I don't believe the Gimbal is capable. It's because I want to try the B-roll recording in the Sony cameras. So that's why I will be getting a Blackmagic monitor just for that. But if you're looking for a monitor and you're on a budget, the monitor that I really wanted was a small HD or even the port keys, but they were both out of my price range, especially since I was buying so much other gear. And yeah, I was just being realistic, like with my pockets. I don't have all the money out there, and everything that I have purchased and everything that I buy, I own outright. I don't finance any gear just because I don't believe in that way of living. If I got it, it's mine. You get what I'm saying? So I couldn't afford it, so that's why I didn't get that, and I needed a good alternative. And this Gimbal M7 is a great one. So if anybody's out there in my situation and you don't have the flexibility in your finances to get something like the small HD, which I believe is like $1,000 or maybe $2,000, this is a very good budget option for you. Okay, and then the next thing that I took the time to invest my money into, and guys, this was what I would consider a boring purchase, but it was very, very useful, which was me finding a storage solution. So I actually invested into a DAS drive, not a NAS. So a NAS has the whole network, attached servers and all that. I didn't decide to go that route. I decided to just get a DAS drive, which is pretty much a giant hard drive with different compartments that you could put the SDs into, and it's a RAID storage drive basically. So I invested in a QNAP DAS drive. As you guys can tell, I'm not the most technical person out there. I just get what I need for me and it works for me, so I just want to share it with you guys. But with what I got, I believe it came out to around $1,000 after getting the storage drives for the QNAP, and you can choose what size you want. I believe altogether I have over 40 terabytes worth of storage, and it's a RAID, so it gets backed up. So when I put something in, it basically copies it twice, and it's just more safe, more convenient. So now when I get contacted, before I was getting contacted by people 2 years later asking me if I still had their video, at least now I have a better chance of having that video. Of course, we can't keep everything, but it's very, very important to have a storage solution. On top of that, I knew I wanted to get into more narrative and documentary work, more creative work that filled my passion, and I wanted to make sure I held on to those things forever. Like, I wanted the things that I filmed for me, I wanted to make sure I held on to those things forever. So that's why I invested into a storage solution, and I don't regret it. It helped me so much within my workflow, within everything. So if you guys don't have a storage solution, before you go buy the next camera or the next shiny lens, please make sure you have that, because that's very, very important. Okay, and I was going to say my biggest highlight of 2024, but I actually got married this year, so this is not my biggest highlight, but it's definitely second to it and very close. But my very, very first cinema camera, I purchased the Sony FX6 this year, and guys, when I tell you, this has been an amazing purchase for me. I am absolutely in love with this camera and everything that it offers. It has done so much for me. And the one thing I will say for everybody that's out there and you're wondering whether or not you should upgrade to a cinema camera, I will say that if you feel like you're upgrading because you think as soon as you get a cinema camera is going to increase the quality of work that you're putting out there, it likely won't. Before I got this camera, I had a Sony a7S III, and just out of pure image quality, they're kind of similar, right? The FX6 is a little bit better, but they're pretty similar, right? You can get amazing stuff done with the a7S III, with the FX3, with the FX30, the a7 IV. You can get amazing quality stuff with all of these cameras. For me, the reason why I finally invested into a cinema camera is because I felt like I outgrew my a7S III, and I really was just looking for more. And on top of that, I wanted the flexibility of having the internal NDs, having a heavier setup so I can shoot handheld the way I wanted to, being able to have something that was fully functional when it comes to shooting documentaries, and that had all the audio ports and all of that. So I really got this camera because of the functionality and not just because of the image quality. And because of that, I've been learning so much in the process. And the one thing I will say is, like, yeah, gear is not important, but I understand wanting a new camera just because you want to re-inspire yourself, and this camera has re-inspired me. It's inspired me to just go out and do more and just learn more and create more. So because of that, this helped me so much when it comes to just becoming a better cinematographer and just like diving into that whole process of just using a cinema camera and using all the things that it had to offer. You get what I'm saying? So like, I don't regret it at all, and it was such an amazing purchase. And because of that, like, now I'm looking forward to, in the future, hopefully getting a Sony FX9 Mark II whenever that comes out, or a Sony Burano in the future. And yeah, it's definitely been an amazing investment, and I'm looking forward to more growth in the future. So if you guys are wondering if you should get an FX6 or not and you have the cash flow, definitely get it. It's worth it. Okay, now moving on into another purchase that I would have considered a boring purchase in the past, but something I was actually very, very excited about. But I finally invested into a semi-pro level tripod. So I got the Shure SQ750. What the 7? I got the Shure SQ75. And this lens has been absolutely amazing. It's very sturdy. It's just like, it's so good for me right now. This is my first like higher quality tripod, so I could be biased because of that, and that's just me being fully transparent with you guys. But the build quality is amazing. The number one thing I love about it is the fluid head. It has like so many different like traction levels and stuff like that. I'm not a very, very big technical reviewer, but at some point I'm gonna do a review on this. I'm just waiting to have it longer. I've only had it for a few months now, but this tripod has been amazing for me. And the reason why I didn't go with like a small rig free blazer or anything like that is because I had small rig in the past, one of their lower quality tripods, but it broke within like 24 hours of using it. It was just unreliable to me. And then other people that I know that have the small rig free blazer, they've complained about things breaking. So I'm hoping I don't have to deal with anything like that with this tripod. But as of right now, this has been amazing. It's helped me so much with, like, you know, just pan and tilt shots. I love the fact that it could get very, very low to the ground. This tripod has been amazing. If you guys are looking for a budget, higher quality tripod, I would definitely recommend this to you guys based off of the experience that I've had with this so far. Again, a few months later, I'm going to do another review and let you guys know how it's been keeping up, but this tripod has definitely been good, so definitely loving it. Okay, and then when it comes to post-production, I took the time this year to invest in a higher quality Mac. So this is not the newest Mac, but I got the MacBook M1 Max. So this is the 16-inch, and I forgot the RAM and all of that. I'll probably put it in the comment section or in the description below, but this has been amazing with editing 4K video. I haven't had any problems. I was coming from a smaller MacBook Pro before. It wasn't even an M1 chip. It had very, very low RAM and processing. It used to freeze on me all the time. It was terrible. I don't experience that stuff with this, and it's been amazing. I will say in 2025, I'm going to probably be investing into the Mac Mini M4, just because I've been hearing so many amazing things, and I want a nice, like, desk station where I can just edit, and I want something that's strong enough to, you know, edit like maybe even 12K footage if I ever get my if I ever get to use like the Ursa 12K or anything like that. I just wanted something where I upgrade cameras to something with a stronger Kodak. I just wanted something that's, like, you know, very, very strong. So I'm probably going to invest in that. For all of you guys that have the new Mac Minis and you guys want to give your thoughts, please let me know down. If you guys like it, is it all hype? Because I definitely want to know. And then again, for post-production, I actually took the time to finally invest in DaVinci. Now, this was a recent purchase, and I know everybody has been using DaVinci for a very, very long time, and I'm very, very late to the party, but I'm the type of person, I'm very, very loyal, and once I get stuck with something, I kind of rock out with it for a while. And I've been using Final Cut since I started my whole filmmaking process, since I started filming years ago, and I just got used to Final Cut, and it just always felt like so much like just having to learn a whole new editing software, having to learn a whole new language. So I put it off for the longest, but at some point DaVinci got to the point to where, like, you can't really ignore it. Just the functionality, the flexibility it gives you with color and noise reduction and all the different things that it offers. So I decided to say, you know what, I'm done playing. I'm gonna take the time to really learn this, and I took the time to invest in DaVinci Resolve, and I'm currently still learning and still trying to get better with it before I start really editing on it for real. So for all you guys out there that's using DaVinci, if you guys have some good resources or some good YouTube channels I can check out just to better my knowledge, definitely drop that down, let me know. But DaVinci has been amazing, and I've been learning it, so that's something else I bought this year. Okay, and if you made it to this point of the video, I know a lot of people will probably click off within like the first 3 minutes of my videos according to the analytics. So for all of you guys that made it to this point, you guys are my A1 day ones. Y'all the real ones still rocking out. I feel like this is the most valuable thing that I've purchased this year, and I'm gonna be real with you, I feel like this is what is gonna help a lot of you guys out there the most. For you guys that don't, but that's investing back into myself. And I feel like that's just a cliche. It kind of sounds like cliche, but guys, I promise you guys, I took the time this year to invest in educational courses just to get better. And I just want to give a shout out to AOD, the Art of Documentary. I invested into their course just to learn more about documentaries because I knew that was something that I wanted to implement. I knew I wanted to do more documentaries, and I went in there and I learned so many knowledge about just the functional stuff, like just all the basics, things that I might have missed because I didn't go to film school. I learned so much, but I left with so much more, right? They have a Facebook community where you can connect with so many other creatives all around different states that's doing the same thing as you, and it's just giving me a chance to ask questions, to have an outlet of people to reach out to that's going through similar things or have already passed my level and beyond, and they're doing so much more. And yeah, like, I cannot say anything else better about it. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form. Again, this is not a big YouTube channel, so I don't have those type of sponsorships or anything like that, or partnerships, but I'm just being real with y'all, like just real stuff. Like, that's something that really helped me out a lot. And even outside of that, investing into my education, I've taken the time to invest into Skillshare and to also invest into Udemy, which is, it's not really much of an investment. It doesn't cost much. They're very, very cheap courses, but right now I'm taking a course on DaVinci Resolve so that I can learn more about it on Udemy. And then on Skillshare, they have so many courses from like lighting stuff to whatever you might have questions about. All this whole segment is just to tell you guys, invest into your education. One course might not be perfect for you. Like what one facilitator might really resonate to me, but to you they're confusing. So I feel like you guys should go out there and do your research, figure out courses that you feel like would be best for you, but definitely take the time to invest in a course and just gain those knowledges, right? And using a platform like Skillshare or Udemy, it doesn't cost much. It's not like overpriced like some of the things that's out here. So the knowledge is out there, it's everywhere. Just take the time to invest into you and invest into your knowledge. All right, so with that being said, those are all the things that I invested into this year. Again, I want to stress the importance of being intentional. I feel like my intentionality is what really made me grow so much as a filmmaker. And out of all my years just diving into filmmaking, videography, I feel like this was the biggest year as far as growth. And it's not because of the things that I purchased, but just the knowledge and the things that I've been able to obtain, the knowledge that I've been able to just just learn and grow with, right? Me finding my voice and myself as a creative, which I'm not done doing, but just the fact that I've been looking into all of that stuff and trying to figure out that process for myself. This has been the biggest year for me as far as growth, and a lot of it had to do with knowing, being intentional about what I needed to get better at, what I needed to grow at, and then investing into my business accordingly. So I want to do a call to action with everybody that's still here. If you're still here, drop down in the comment section, what is one piece of gear that you feel like you invested into this year that was the most intentional and that helped you grow the most? I'm very, very interested to see what you guys say, just because at the end of the day, that's what this YouTube channel is about, for us to help each other. And what you guys learn and all the things that you guys have invested into and all the knowledge that you guys have can help me out tremendously too. So I hope this was a help for you guys. It was a lot setting all this up and bringing all this stuff out, but I hope that it was of some type of substance to you guys. And thank you guys for tuning in again to one of my YouTube videos. I definitely greatly appreciate it, and I'm out. Have a good one.